Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Wemimo and I'm also a start mom of 5. So this morning I'm just sitting down here. I'm about to have my breakfast and I've just been in my feelings. Since last night. I watched this live channel on Abi and Family in regards to an alleged issue she's been having with our stepchildren. And obviously from that live yesterday, what I was able to gather is that Abi has been having issues with our stepdaughter and our stepsons. So if you don't know Abi and Family is married to a man who has 3 grown-up children from his previous marriage, and Abi has 2 girls for this same man, and she's currently pregnant with her 3rd child. So as we all know from watching Abi's channel, Abi facilitated maybe not all but most of the resources needed to bring these 2 kids over. And to the best of my knowledge, I found out that the oldest of Aye, which is Aye is Abi's husband, the oldest of his child, who called Ibrahim, is also in Canada now, and it's been alleged that he's the one who has been trying to turn Yusra and Malik to against Abi. So and again, according to the scenario, there are talks that obviously some people do not like Abi, saying that Abi is too bossy, she's too commanding, that when she talks she always has the upper hand, not giving people the chance to kind of like venture in, which I'd find really strange. And after watching that live last night, I kind of like went back to watching it and I was binge watching her, because obviously when I read those comments in the live, she snatched somebody else's husband, no matter how good she is to those stepkids, that they will always favor their mother regardless of how, or the story behind how Abi met their dad, and that Abi is making money on the kids. And I'm just like, what money? Or like Abi's making money on those kids she brought to Canada, and that no matter what, that those kids are on their own now, that they will always prefer their mom to Abi. And people were alleging that I think Yusra decided not to move with Abi and her dad to their new home because she has a plan to bring her mother over. Well, to kind of like summarize the issue that I think I understand was that Abi's stepson, the oldest stepson called Ibrahim, is the one turning Yusra and Malik against Abi, and that Yusra does not like Abi from day one, that obviously she was just being a nice girl towards Abi till she's able to get what she wants, and then she's on her own. So, and I was just like, this woman, like, in fact, with all of that narrative, I'm just going to come in here. And from that live TV yesterday, or live show yesterday, the host asked people in the comment section that will they be able to do what Abi did, like join hands together with these children's dad and bring 2 stepchildren, or let's say 3 stepchildren, to abroad? Like, would you do that? And in all honesty, I as a woman, for one, I can never do that. I can never do that. If their father wants to bring them abroad, is going to single-handedly do so. Like, I won't be a part of it. And before I even dive into my own narrative, one thing I want people to know is this: Abi's husband is a Muslim. Abi is a Muslim. So according to their religion, their men are allowed to marry more than 1 wives. And I believe Abi shared the story of how she met her husband, that when she met her husband, his ex-wife and her husband were already having issues. Like, obviously they were at the point of breakdown, and that was when, obviously, if there's a crack in the marriage and if the marriage is already looking as if it's going to crack, if somebody else ventures in, whoever that ventures in is going to be the one who's going to take the upper lead. So this is what I think happened in the case of Abi and her husband. So back to my question, that would I be able to do what Abi did, like join hands with her husband to bring her 3 kids here? For me, I don't expect to find myself in that situation, but if it does happen, I'm sorry, that man will have to do it single-handedly. And if eventually those kids come abroad, I'm not going to keep them close. I'm going to keep them at arm's length. It's not because maybe I hate them, or because I dislike them, or because I don't want them around. No, because no matter what in this life, no matter where a child finds his or herself, they will always favor their mother over anybody else. And in the case of these children, that is what is happening. They are in Canada now, and they are favoring their mother over Abi. They don't care whatever it is that their mom did or that led to the breakup between their dad and their mom. They will always prefer their mom to anybody or to their stepmother. Addressing the issue of Abi is bossy, she's too overreacting, she's too commanding, she's authoritative. I don't see her as someone like that. Obviously, on YouTube, YouTubers will only share with us what they want us to see, what they want us to know. But even at that, you can easily second guess somebody's attitude when you watch them or when you watch them speak. And I believe in a marriage, as husband and wife, one person will always have the upper hand. It could be the man, it could be the woman. And if it is the woman, it does not necessarily mean that the woman is controlling the husband or something. In terms of Abi's case, Abi happens to be the person who has the upper hand because she's fierce. In my own case, in my own home, I'm the fierce one. Like, I'm the one who has the upper hand. And it's not as if my husband does not know. He's the kind of person that is quiet. It will have to take you to put a knife to his throat for him to, like, vent and stuff like that when it comes to the kids or any issues in the house. So I see Abi's husband as like that. So Abi's husband is a very chilled man. But for the fact that he is chilled does not mean that when it's time for him to act as a man that he is, that he won't do so. Trust me, he would. Trust me, he will take that upper hand whenever he wants it. So people saying that Abi is authoritative, is bossy, I don't think so. Like I said, in a marriage, in a home where there are children, one person will have to be on fire all the time. And that person who's on fire is Abi. And same in my own home, that person who's on fire is me. Like, my husband will be like talking to the kids now, oh, go do this. They will ignore him like 20 times. And when he's tired of telling them, obviously because he's not the kind of person who is quick to anger, when he's telling them to go do something and they're not replying him or they're not listening to him, he will tell them that, wait, let your mommy come. For the fact that he says that to them, that thing he's been asking them to go do, you will see my children stylishly going to go and get that thing done. So that's just how I see it. So all of those thoughts in terms of Abi being authoritative, being bossy, I don't think she's not like that. And even if she's like that, it's her home. She can run. She's allowed to run her home the way she wants it to, or the way she wants it. And then people went on saying she's too loving, that she loves her husband too much. Is that one that I don't understand though? Is that one that I don't understand? Well, there's meant to be love in the relationship, but loving one's partner excessively, it's not always 100% okay, if I would say, because obviously the way you are loving excessively, I hope the husband is doing so excessively. But I've seen marriages trend or marriages last in a variety of ways. You loving your husband too much to keep an eye away from the negatives around it, it's not what I will agree. So if you're excessively loving your husband and there's some negativity that you should be brushing up and you're not brushing it up, that is what I won't stand for. And I think that is what Abi is facing. So she's excessively loving her husband, but there are some negativity, there are some things, there are some risk factors surrounding her husband, and these factors are her stepkids. So she's sidelining that with hope that, oh, the kind of love she's giving those kids, they will give her back in return. But no, she's not getting that love back in return. So that's why I see there. And then people are talking about that Abi was desperate, that was she desperate to marry a man with 3 kids. More. I don't think there's any woman in this abroad that's like single woman that will go from this abroad to Nigeria to go and marry a man with 3 children. No. And I would think the person that raised that comment of she being desperate must probably be right. That maybe Abi was thinking, oh, she's getting older, or maybe she bowed down to pressure from family to get married, and maybe that was why she went. And like I said, let's refer back to the fact that Abi is a Muslim. The man she married is a Muslim. Muslims are allowed to marry as many wives as they want to. So for those who are saying Abi snatched her husband, she's taking benefit, come, if you are not in the abroad, please don't even mention the talk of benefit, because you don't know how it works. And for the fact that you're not living abroad, just don't mention. Only if you're living in abroad can you mention their benefits, because for you to mention benefit when it involves children, you must have a very in-depth knowledge of benefits. The advice I would just say give to Abi is that, Abi, I appreciate you. I mean we are probably of the same age, so I believe we should be able to listen to this advice just as, like, you know, sisters or friends on YouTube. The advice I would give to you is that all this, your stepkids are now adults. They might decide not to live with you. There's nothing you can do about it. Even if they are making money now, you can't even, I mean, just look away. Whatever it is they do, look away. But as a parent, always check in on them. And as for your own health, position all your love towards your pregnancy and your 2 lovely daughters, and also towards your husband, because there's a Yoruba adage that says that enti ambanoja la wojue, enti ambanoja la wojue, which means that it's your husband that married you. So whatever it is that might be bringing side interactions or side interferences towards you, face your husband. Let him be the one to deal with it. Don't put yourself in that position. If eventually these children, your stepchildren's mother, if she comes, like I said, keep her at arm's length. You don't have any business with her. But for the kind of person you are kind of like soft-hearted. You might want to bring her closer, but sis, don't make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. So that's my advice for you. Shower all your love on your children and your upcoming, your pregnancy as well. I'm wishing you safe carriage of that pregnancy, safe delivery. And like I said, any interferences from left to right, from anywhere, don't let them bother you. Let your husband deal with it. Focus on your husband and let your husband be the one to deal with it. Like I said, that adage says that enti ambanoja la wojue. Don't be distracted by anything else with your own. So that's my advice for you, and this is the end of my, my little tatafo. I mean, guys, what do you think about all these alleged issues surrounding Abi? I mean, if you've heard any tatafo that we are yet to know, drop them in the comment section below, and hopefully you enjoyed this. And if there's any other update or whatsoever, hopefully I'll be back again to share with you. And if you're not yet subscribed, why don't you turn on that post notification, press the red button, like this video, share, let Abi know so she could listen to the advice I've given her and the things I've discussed in this video. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.